It's only been a couple of days since Samsung showed the Galaxy S7 Edge to the world, and we're already huge fans. It has a big 5.5-inch Super AMOLED screen, an elegant body, and a new camera along with the water resistance and the expandable storage we sorely missed in the last Galaxy generation. So when Samsung gave us the opportunity to play with the phone for a day, there was no time to lose. We went on a photo tour around Barcelona and we played with it as much as possible. Granted, most of our time with it was spent using the new 12-megapixel camera. Samsung pushed the boundaries of mobile imaging with an f1.7 aperture and revolutionary dual-pixel focusing embedded into the new sensor. And yes, the Galaxy S7 Edge is the fastest focusing camera phone we've seen. When we launched the camera with the well-known double pressing of the home button, we were greeted by a familiar UI. Samsung hasn't changed much around here and we're quite happy with the way things are. As for the actual photos, well, they're nothing short of impressive. There's plenty of resolved detail and we didn't really miss the high-resolution camera from the last year's model. The sensor has a wide dynamic range and seemed to expose every scene perfectly, including those with sharp contrast light. The colors on the photos were very impressive too. When the light started to dwindle in the end of the day, you really started noticing the benefits of the larger pixels, the wider aperture, and the optical image stabilization. We took a number of photos with the Galaxy S7 Edge and we were impressed. The camera relied on its OIS to keep photos blur-free, and oftentimes we were seeing shutter speeds as low as 1/10 of a second. Thanks to that, the ISO stayed low and the images came out sharp and nicely exposed. The only thing we weren't thrilled about is the narrower 4:3 aspect ratio. 16:9 photos look so much better on a smartphone screen. Samsung upgraded the internals of the new Galaxy S7 Edge with the company's latest Exynos 8890 chipset. But in the US, China and Japan, users will get the phone with Qualcomm's new Snapdragon 820. We tested the Exynos version and we have to say, this thing is fast. Noticeably faster than the previous generation. Everything from running various apps through task switching to gaming was buttery smooth, possibly thanks to the 4 GB of RAM as well. Samsung also added expanded functionality for the Edge screen like weather information or favorite apps. But even without the added Edge features, the curved screen is a huge part of the appeal of the Galaxy S7 Edge. Speaking of the screen, it's another aspect that has been improved compared to last year. The S7 Duo now comes with an always-on mode, which is a first for Android devices by Samsung. The display in general is brighter and looks better in the sun, while at the same time it can dim down to lower levels than before. Our day with the Galaxy S7 Edge passed by quickly, and we returned it with great reluctance. You can imagine, we already have our hands itching for a review unit which we can properly put through its paces. Stay tuned for more details about that and all the other hot mobile devices on gsmarena.com.